15 episodes, 15 sessions, 15 valuable lessons, and today we bring it all together. This is not a new episode. This is the framework which has been built piece by piece across this entire series, laid out in front of you one final time. So you never have to guess where to start, what to look for, or when to act. If you've been here since episode 1, this is where everything clicks into place. Let's build it from the ground up. Step 1. The DR-IDR intraday cycle and its structure. Every trading day, whether on crude oil, euro, or Ethereum, starts the same way. 3 sessions form in sequence: the aftermarket session, the overnight session, and the regular session. Each one opens, forms its levels over its first hour, and closes. Together they create what we call the DR-IDR intraday cycle. This is your foundation. Without understanding how these 3 sessions relate to each other, how each one respects or violates the previous one, nothing else in this framework makes sense. The first question you ask every single morning is simple. What did each session do relative to the one before it? For example, did the overnight session respect the aftermarket session lows? Did it take out the highs? Both? The answers to these questions often tell you immediately which models are alive and which are already dead. But to get a perfect read of the current market structure, we always have enough time to prepare ourselves for a better outcome of the trading session, which brings us to step 2. The transition time window, your preparation hour. Inside every DR-IDR intraday cycle, you have 2 transition time windows. One between the aftermarket and overnight DR session, running from 2 to 3 a.m., and another one between the overnight and regular DR session, from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. These time windows are for preparation. Here is what you do every single session and without exception. First, mark the working range, the high and low of the current intraday cycle, no matter whether you are trading the overnight or regular DR session. This is your frame of reference for the day. Second, highlight previous DR session levels from the last 3 weeks minimum. Go back further if price hasn't traded in this range recently. These levels are not just lines on a chart, they are memory. The algorithm remembers them, and so should you. The darker the shaded area where multiple previous DR levels overlap, the more important that zone is. Price will react to it. Projections, breakouts, and retests from these areas define further price action. Third, mark your gap imbalances. Weekly, daily, intraday. Gaps act as magnets or barriers for price. They don't always fill the same day, but they will fill eventually, and knowing where they are changes how you read every session. Fourth, mark open volume imbalances. These are specific price areas where orders were left behind. They are magnetic. Price moves toward them. When price fills one and reverses, that is information. When price ignores one, that is also information. All of this goes on the chart before 3 a.m. for the overnight DR session and before 9:30 a.m. for the regular DR session. All of it ready. Ideally, you have an indicator for that. I provide exactly that to my students inside the academy. Once a transition time window is over, either the overnight or the regular DR session starts and forms its levels within its first hour. This is where we come to DR models. Step 3. Know your models. The overnight DR session forms its levels from 3 to 4 a.m., while the regular DR session forms its levels from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. You don't just watch the first hour form. No. You already start to build a framework for the session and analyze the DR models. This is exactly what we've done in multiple episodes from this series, analyzing the opening of a session and onwards. I generally recommend rewatching the whole series. It comes very close to everything I can share for free here. The DR models. You identify them before the session has even formed its levels. The DR upside model is intact when each session respects the previous session's low and closes higher. Structure holds. Every low is a stepping stone. The market wants to go up. The DR downside model is intact when each session has not violated its previous session high. Structure is holding and the market wants to go down. Additionally, if all 3 DR boxes expand beyond each other in size but do not violate the previous session's high or low, it is either a DR upside or downside expansion model. If that is the case, the one standard deviation level typically becomes the minimum target in the trending direction. The DR range expansion model comes into play when all three boxes expand in size. If additionally the overnight session has already violated both sides of the aftermarket session, trumpet-like price action becomes possible for the remainder of the day. The DR models help you identify the current market structure and where price is more likely to move toward. And once a model is broken, it is off the table. No second guessing, no hoping. Move on. You identify these models during the 1-hour transition window and continue to refine your read as the first hour of the session forms its levels. This window is not optional. You will get a better understanding of them the more you watch my videos. Step 4. Read the DR box. At 4 a.m., the overnight defining range locks in its levels. At 10:30 a.m., the regular defining range locks in its levels. For reference, we will use the regular defining range as an example. You now have 7 levels inside the range that stay relevant for the entire session. The DR low and DR high, which are the outer boundaries. The IDR low and IDR high, which are inner reference points. The opening price, where the session started. The closing price, where the first hour ended. And lastly, the IDR mid. All of them stay relevant throughout the session and even before price confirms into a direction. A green DR box, closing price above the opening price within the first hour, gives around a 70% probability of seeing a long confirmation. A red DR box, closing price below the opening price within the first hour, gives around a 70% probability of a short confirmation. But here is what episode 11 taught us, and what most traders ignore. The box color is not a trade signal. It is a starting probability. What matters is how price behaves inside the range until a confirmation happens in either direction. Watch every 5-minute candle. Does price respect the closing price? Does it break above the mid? Does it reject the IDR lows repeatedly? Each candle is giving you information. Read it. The confirmation, a 5-minute close above the DR high for longs and below the DR low for shorts, is the moment everything shifts. From that point forward, there is a roughly 80% probability that price does not close on the opposite side of the range for the remainder of the session. This illustration shows a DR long confirmation. Next, step 5, identify high probability entry zones. Confirmation happened. Now what? This is where most traders freeze or chase. You do neither. Because during preparation, you already identified where price is most likely to retrace before continuing to draw to a target. So what should you focus on to identify your high probability entry zones? Previous DR levels overlapping, the darker shaded areas are your first reference. If price breaks through one, retests it and rejects, that is your potential entry zone. Stop loss goes just below the level with a few ticks of breathing room. Open magnetic volume imbalances sitting just around your entry level allow you to anticipate a retracement back into or adjust your stop loss accordingly if a trade has been entered. Intraday gap imbalances, especially those from the aftermarket DR session, often tend to act as barriers for price, and if they align with either your anticipated retracement area or your target, don't disregard them. And then there is the setup episode 9 showed us. When a massive barrier of previous DR levels sits below a green DR box with a long confirmation, and price attempts to break lower but fails, that rejection is not just a signal. It is the market telling you exactly where it wants to go. It was a great example where also gap imbalances in the direction of the move become your targets. Whether daily gap fills or weekly gap fills, these are not guesses, they are unfilled price areas the algorithm will seek. Episode 9 is something I definitely recommend to rewatch. During such events, advanced DR traders often get the opportunity to read and trade the market correctly before the session has even formed its levels, which brings us to the next step. The early entry before confirmation. This is advanced and has been covered from episode 10 onwards, but once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Minutes before the regular session levels have fully formed at 10:30 a.m., the chart can already show you something. How? By reading the DR box size even while it was still forming. When all 3 session boxes expand in size, a range expansion model is already structurally confirmed. You can project standard deviation targets before the box closes. In a DR range expansion model, the natural target becomes the one standard deviation level. And if it aligns with other levels, like in this illustration with the ADR lows, it becomes even more attractive. This can lead to a profitable trade if other confluences align that were identified during preparation, way before the session even started. In episode 13, we added one more layer, the 10 a.m. reversal window. Price frequently reverses around this time during regular trading hours. Not every session, but enough that when everything else aligns, the levels, the model, the gap rejections, the volume imbalances, and the clock says 10 a.m., it is worth paying attention. Step 7. Time is a variable. Data proves it. This is where the framework graduates from structure to statistics. In the final episodes of this series, we applied 18 years of historical data to the charts. And we discovered something that changes everything about how you approach entries. It is not just where price retraces, it is when, and that with a very high probability of being true. We filtered through the maximum retracement time and found out that many assets under certain circumstances have a higher rate of turning into a DR true session with early entries rather than with later entries once price confirmed a direction. Data does not lie, it cannot be manipulated, and once you have it, your confidence in execution is no longer based on feeling. It is based on evidence. Step 8. Trail your position like a professional with this framework. You are in the trade, price is moving in your direction. Now what? The answer is always the same. Use the structure you already identified during your preparation. Price broke through a previous DR level cluster, retested it, and rejected it. Your stop goes 3 ticks below. Risk is reduced. You are now managing a position with structure, not emotion. Remember, you are a professional risk manager. Price continues and breaks the next cluster of previous DR levels. Each time price clears a significant zone and retests it, that zone becomes your new stop, with a few ticks of deviation for breathing room. You never trail based on emotion, you trail based on structure. And you never need to be right about the final target. A target is never guaranteed even with data. You only need to read the next barrier correctly and adjust your risk accordingly. If stopped at this point, you still banked a profit on this trade. That's it. All of that has been covered across all episodes step by step. Rewatch it. Valuable information. To finalize it, here's the complete checklist. Before every session, ask yourself these questions in order. Every single one, every single day. Which DR models are intact? Is the DR upside model valid? Has every session respected the previous session low? Is the DR downside model valid? Has no session violated the previous session high? Is a DR range expansion on the table? Are all 3 boxes expanding in size? Which models are already broken and off the table? 2. Is preparation complete? Is the working range high and low marked? Are previous DR session levels from the last 3 weeks highlighted and toggled? Are weekly, daily, and intraday gap imbalances on the chart? Are all open magnetic volume imbalances marked and accessible? Are aftermarket and overnight session levels clearly visible? 3. What are the key barriers in both directions? Where does the upside model break? Where does the downside model break? Which previous DR level clusters are acting as significant barriers above and below current price? Are there gap or volume imbalances that could act as resistance or support? 4. What does the DR box tell me? Is it green or red? And what is the starting probability? How is price behaving inside the range before confirmation at crucial DR box levels? Is the closing price being respected or broken? Are the IDR levels acting as barriers or being disregarded? What is each 5-minute candle telling me before a confirmation? 5. Has confirmation happened? Has price closed above the DR high on a 5-minute time frame, long, or below the DR low, short? If yes, the 80% probability is now active. What are my entry zones based on previous DR levels, volume imbalances, and data? If no, what does price need to do before I engage? Is there already a high probability target before any confirmation? 6. What is the time? Is it early in the session or late? Am I inside the high probability entry window for this asset and session? Has the maximum retracement time data cutoff passed? Is there a known reversal window approaching, such as the 10 a.m. reversal? 7. What are my targets? Which daily, weekly, or intraday gap imbalances align in the direction of the move? Which open volume imbalances sit in the direction of the confirmation? What does the standard deviation level indicate, especially with a range expansion model active? What does the historical data suggest as the most frequent extension level for this specific scenario? Are there other things lining up for price to extend toward? 8. How do I trail and manage the trade? Where is my first break-even or risk reduction level after entry? Which broken and retested previous DR level cluster becomes my first trailing stop? What is the next structural barrier, and does it justify tightening the stop further? Am I trailing based on structure or based on emotion? See, all of that sounds overwhelming, but it isn't. It's a framework that needs practice. The more you apply it before your trading session, the easier it gets next time. 15 episodes, multiple markets, so many lessons. Every session was different, every setup was unique, but the framework never changed. Preparation, structure, patience, and data. These 4 words are the entire series. You do not need to trade every session. You do not need to be right every time. You need to find the sessions where the picture is clear, stack every probability in your favor, and execute without hesitation. The setups that meet all the criteria do not appear every day, but when they do, and you are prepared, they are unmissable. That is what this series was built to give you. Study it, backtest it, re-engineer sessions like we did here, go candle by candle, build the pattern recognition that no indicator can replace, because in the end, the edge is not in the tool, the edge is in the preparation. Thank you for being part of this series. Every like, every comment, every question pushed this further than I expected. If this framework changed the way you see the market, share it. There is a trader somewhere who needs to see this, and now go to your chart, pick your market, and trade through the eyes of a DR trader.